video for you guys. I've been wanting to do one of these videos for a while. I just haven't gotten around to it, and I'm going to do it this month because I have a few favorite things to talk about. So we're just going to get started. We're going to jump right in to some movies that I watched this month. I just recently rewatched these with my husband, and I just wanted to talk about them. And they are We Bought a Zoo and The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. They came out, I think We Bought a Zoo came out in 2010, I think. I don't know. It came out a couple years ago, and this one came out last year, and they're both just fantastic movies. Great family movies. They have great actors. Matt Damon and Scarlett Johansson are in this movie, and Ben Stiller is in Secret Life of Walter Mitty, and they're both just hysterical, really heartwarming movies and great family films. They have great acting, great story, and they're clean, and I just think it's a great testament to movies that you don't have to put all this junk in it for it to be entertaining. So highly recommend these movies. So Secret Life of Walter Mitty and We Bought a Zoo. Okay, and gonna move right along to a couple of my favorite books, which I'll talk more about in my wrap-up, which should be up in a couple days. And the first one is a graphic novel. My husband really likes graphic novels, so I've been wanting to read more graphic novels, so he could be recommending me stuff because I always am pushing books onto him. And the graphic novel that I want to mention is Lumberjanes. It's about these 5 girls at summer camp, and this crazy stuff starts to happen, and it was just really enjoyable and fun. It was the best graphic novel I've read thus far, and I will definitely continue with this series. It's just so fun. So if you're looking for a cute graphic novel, I definitely recommend Lumberjanes. And then the book that I read this month that I really enjoyed, I was really surprised by, and that is The Winter's Curse by Marie Rudkowski. And this was just not what I was expecting. I was expecting more like dystopian, like craziness that YA is right now, but it's not. It was just really well done. The writing is really well done. I liked the characters. I liked the politics and the war aspect of the book. I thought that was really well thought out and researched, and I just recommend this book. It definitely took me by surprise, and so I am looking forward to continuing this series, and yes, we'll see how it goes. So that is The Winter's Curse by Maria Rudkowski. Okay, so moving along, we'll talk about some food. Now, yesterday I was at Starbucks and I was really hungry, and I wanted something that wasn't just like the pastry. And so there are some of these specialty snacks there, and I don't know if I would have bought them if I knew how expensive they were. They think they were like $4.50, but it was a whole bag, and it just really intrigued me because of the name, and that is moon cheese, and this flavor is Gouda. There was a cheddar, just a basic cheddar flavor, and it's basically freeze-dried cheese. I know that sounds really disgusting, and I have to admit that the first time I tried one, it's like these little nuggets, I was like, I don't know if I like this. This is really just odd. But then I'm like, well, I'll try another one. And I still didn't know, and so I tried another one. And it just grew on me until I had ate half the bag. And they are really delicious. I have to say, it is one of those things that you just kind of have to grow. It just like grows on you. Like my husband, first time he had it, he's like, I don't like this. And then he had another one. He's like, well, it was better than the first time, but I don't know yet. And so it's just one of these odd snacks that's just like so odd that it's good. And I do have to say, if you are gluten intolerant, it's gluten free, and it's all natural. Like all it has in it is Gouda cheese, whatever it makes to make Gouda cheese, that's all that's in it, and that it's dried. And the catchphrase is moon cheese is a cheese that crunches, which I don't know if that's a really good tagline, but it is intriguing. So if you want to try out moon cheese, I recommend the Gouda flavor. Okay, moving on from moon cheese, and we're going to talk about stuff that's just really delicious. And this isn't technically just like an August favorite, it's like an every month favorite, and that is this particular brownie mix. And I found this brownie mix when I sent my husband to the store to buy brownie mix, and I normally buy the cheap you know, Betty Crocker, whatever brand that's like $1 for the box. And my husband grabbed this brand, and that's the Ghirardelli Brownie Mix. And I have not bought any other kind of brownie mix since. It is $1 more. It's like, I think this is $1.98 and the other ones are like $1.25. You know, so I guess it's a little less than $1 more. But so it is more expensive, but that dollar is well spent because these are the most delicious brownies. They're amazing. My secret, I'm going to give you guys my little secret to making delicious brownies. People are going to be like, oh my goodness, these are like homemade brownies. They're the best brownies I've ever had. And you're like, this is the secret. First, you buy the Ghirardelli Brownie Mix. But if you don't want to spend the extra $1, just do this little tidbit and it's still delicious. Okay, whatever the time, it says whatever pan you use, take the time, minus 5 minutes off that time. So, for instance, if I was doing 8 by 8, it's 40 to 45 minutes. I put it in my brownies for 35 minutes and I take the brownies out and I put them on the stove and let them sit there for, you know, until I eat them. And they are the most gooey, delicious brownies. Oh my goodness. They're so, so amazing. So good. So, highly recommend the Ghirardelli Brownie Mix, and it does make a little bit more than a normal batch. So, that's always a nice thing. So, moving on from delicious brownies to some beauty products that I have. The first one is this anti-humidity smoothing milk stuff. And you may be saying, does that actually work? Because, come on, really. I live in Texas. It is humid. It's like, you know, 40, 50% humidity, 60% humidity. I have curly, frizzy hair. Like, it's not like cute curly hair. It's like wavy, curly, frizzy hair. This stuff is amazing. It is fantastic. So if you live anywhere where there's humidity and you don't have, like, you know, the beautiful, like, just straight hair that doesn't matter what kind of humidity there is, I highly recommend this. I put a little bit more in than it calls for just because my hair does get really frizzy because it is so humid. But it probably takes maybe like a quarter size, maybe, for a whole head. And I have pretty long hair right now, so yeah, so I highly recommend this. And then I've been using that along with this. This is also another Fructis thing. I'm not being sponsored by Fructis, just so you know. I'm just letting you know that way, so you know it's like it's not a commercial or anything. And this is a Power Putty Surfer hair, and it's basically just like this putty type stuff. It's really thick. And the first time I used it, I didn't think I was going to like it, but then I realized I used way too much. Like, it does not take hardly any of this stuff, which is nice. So, what this does, it doesn't, like, because I have just wavy hair, if I use mousse and I use my diffuser, it gets it really curly. But if I just use this, it just kind of gives me some waves and gives me some kind of body. And when I sleep on it, the next day my hair isn't, like, crazy, so I don't have to wash it as often, which is nice, and it doesn't make your hair feel really heavy with product. And so highly recommend this. I don't know how well it would do with people that just have like really straight hair or really curly hair, but if you have the in-between hair, I definitely recommend using this and using them together, because then you don't have like frizzy hair. So that is the beauty products I've been really enjoying. And then the last thing I want to mention is my phone. I have been, ever since I had a phone, I have had the basic phone, no data, nothing, just text and, you know, phone calls. And then I have merged into the world of technology and got a smartphone. And I absolutely love it. This is a Droid Mini, which, again, I am not being promoted by Droid to talk about their phone. I'm just mentioning it because it's the phone I got. I got it because we went online and Consumer Reports, and this was the best rated phone, and it was the cheapest of the best rated phones. So that's the reason why I bought it, and I really love it. I have to talk about the cover that I got for it, which it is really hard to find a cover, but I did find a Doctor Who phone cover, and it's the TARDIS. I do have to say it's a little odd that you're going into the TARDIS and you're seeing deep space, but it's still fun and I really like it. And it was only $7, and I have to say that it's really good plastic, like it's really hard plastic, so it's actually going to protect my phone. It's not just like a cheap like gimmick, but it's actually a decent case, so I really enjoy that. And then a couple of the games that I found that were free. I will not buy games, it's just I think it's silly. One of them, I call it Fake Mario, and it's actually called Super Max. I don't know if you can see that. And it's basically Super Mario Brothers, but it's just a generic version of Super Mario Brothers. So instead of eating a mushroom to get big, you eat a burger, and instead of a star, you drink Coca-Cola, instead of jumping on Goombas and I don't know what the turtle guys are, you jump on snails and worms. And it's just really, it was really fun and just enjoyable. And then the other game that I really like, this is just another bubble popping game, but it's the Inside Out bubble popping game, and it's really fun. If you have the sound on, they have really funny comments, especially Sadness. She is just hilarious. So yes, I highly recommend that one. And it was free, so that's always a bonus. Okay, well guys, that is my favorite video, and it was a lot of fun. So if you enjoyed it, let me know if you would like me to do this every month. And that's all I have for you guys. I hope you're having a great reading month, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye! 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 It's really hot today.